SpaceX has sent shockwaves through the entire space industry thanks to a new nuclear rocket plan. Agencies such as NASA have spent decades trying to find a new concept for rocket propulsion, but now it seems like SpaceX may have won the race thanks to this new plan. Let's take a closer look. The closest star to Earth is Proxima Centauri. It is about 4.25 light years away, or about 25 trillion miles. The fastest ever spacecraft, the Parker Solar Probe, will reach a top speed of 450,000 miles per hour. It would take just 20 seconds to go from Los Angeles to New York City at that speed, but it would take the Solar Probe about 6,633 years to reach Earth's nearest neighboring solar system. If humanity ever wants to travel easily between stars, we must look for faster and more efficient methods of rocket propulsion. But a major hurdle standing in the way is our current understanding of the laws of physics. Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity states that time and space are fused and that nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. General relativity also describes how mass and energy warp space-time. Hefty objects like stars and black holes curve space-time around them. This curvature is what you feel as gravity, and why many spacefaring heroes worry about getting stuck in or falling into a gravity well. While traveling faster than the speed of light would be great, it is not a necessity at the moment. There is a massive gap between light speed travel and our current capabilities, and scientists at SpaceX hope to bridge this gap thanks to their new plan for a nuclear rocket. Nuclear rocket technology is a method of propulsion that uses the heat generated by a nuclear reaction to produce thrust. Unlike traditional chemical robots, which burn fuel to produce hot gases that are expelled out the back of the rocket to create thrust, nuclear rockets use the heat from a nuclear reaction to heat a fluid, such as hydrogen, and then expel it out the back of the rocket to create thrust. One of the main advantages of nuclear rocket technology is its high energy density. Nuclear fuel can provide a much higher energy output per unit mass than traditional chemical fuels, allowing for much higher speeds and longer travel distances. This makes nuclear rocket technology particularly useful for deep space exploration, such as missions to Mars or beyond. Another advantage of nuclear rocket technology is that it produces no greenhouse gas emissions, making it a potentially more environmentally friendly option than traditional chemical rockets. There are two main types of nuclear rocket technology: nuclear thermal rockets, or NTRs, and nuclear electric propulsion, or NEP. In an NTR, a nuclear reactor heats a fluid, such as hydrogen, and then expels it out the back of the rocket to create thrust. In NEP, the nuclear reactor is used to generate electricity, which is then used to power an electric propulsion system, such as an ion thruster. Nuclear rocket technology has been studied extensively in the past, particularly during the Cold War by the United States and the Soviet Union. However, despite significant advancements in technology, it has never been used in an operational vehicle. There are several reasons for this, including the high cost of development, the complexity of the technology, and the potential environmental and safety risks. Despite these challenges, there are ongoing efforts to develop nuclear rocket technology. NASA has been working on a nuclear thermal propulsion system known as the Nuclear Cryogenic Propulsion Stage, which is designed to enable deep space exploration missions. Additionally, private companies such as Blue Origin and SpaceX have also looked at the potential of nuclear propulsion for future space missions. One of the main challenges of nuclear rocket technology is the development of a safe and reliable nuclear reactor that can withstand the harsh conditions of space travel. Additionally, the logistics of launching a nuclear-powered vehicle into space and the potential for nuclear accidents are ongoing concerns. The development of nuclear rocket technology is also hindered by the fact that it is a highly specialized field, requiring a deep understanding of nuclear physics, thermodynamics, and rocket engineering. This makes it a challenging and costly endeavor. But that is all changing thanks to platforms such as our sponsor for today, Brilliant.org. Brilliant is a revolutionary new way of learning subjects that would otherwise seem tough in an easier and more interactive manner. If you were ever curious about how gravitational physics works, or perhaps you just want to brush up on your algebra skills, Brilliant has got you covered, with an endless library of courses and new ones being included regularly. That's not all, though. The first 200 people to go to www.brilliant.org/liftoff will get 20% off their annual subscription plan. So hurry and get started for free with Brilliant. Despite the many challenges it faces, experts believe that nuclear rocket technology has the potential to revolutionize space travel, enabling missions that are currently impossible with traditional chemical rockets. However, it is important to consider the environmental and safety risks associated with nuclear propulsion and to continue to invest in research and development to mitigate these risks. One company that has decided to take on these risks is SpaceX. But this is not the first time SpaceX has set out to revolutionize space travel. The company's mission is to make space travel accessible and affordable for everyone, and it has made significant strides towards this goal in recent years. One example is the development of reusable rockets. Traditional rockets are used only once and then discarded, making space travel incredibly expensive. SpaceX has developed a reusable rocket, the Falcon 9, which can be launched and then safely landed back on Earth, allowing it to be reused. This has dramatically reduced the cost of space travel and made it more accessible to a wider range of customers, including government agencies and private companies. Another way in which SpaceX is revolutionizing space travel is through the development of a new spacecraft, the Dragon. The Dragon is designed to transport cargo and eventually people to and from the International Space Station. This is a significant advancement as it allows SpaceX to supply the ISS, which is important to the research and operation of the space station. Additionally, the Dragon spacecraft is also designed to take humans to the Moon and Mars in the future. SpaceX is also working on developing a rocket propulsion system known as the Starship. The Starship is a fully reusable spacecraft which can carry cargo and people to the Moon, Mars, and other destinations in the solar system. The Starship is being developed as the next generation spacecraft for SpaceX, and it is a game changer in the space industry. Elon Musk has announced that nuclear thermal rockets would be a great area of research. The SpaceX CEO highlighted how the alternative to rocket fuel could unlock faster travel times around the solar system, a keen area of interest as his firm develops plans to create a planet-hopping civilization. While the idea may conjure up scenes from Chernobyl, its proponents suggest that astronauts may reduce the amount of radiation exposure endured by astronauts. Deep space already hits travelers at high doses, and while hosting a nuclear reactor on board a spaceship would create its own radiation, which would be outweighed by the reduced time spent on the trip. SpaceX is currently developing the stainless steel Starship, fueled with liquid oxygen and methane, with the goal of a manned mission to Mars. The rocket's fuel means humans can set up a propellant depot that creates more fuel on the surface of Mars, enabling a return flight home and trips even further out in space. Musk has suggested that SpaceX could establish a full-blown city on Mars by 2050, a goal that nuclear rockets could speed up even more. That's not all, though. NASA is also exploring the nuclear propulsion option as the United States plans to test a spacecraft engine powered by nuclear fission by 2027 as part of the long-term effort to demonstrate more efficient methods of propelling astronauts to Mars in the future. NASA will partner with the U.S. military's Research and Development Agency, DARPA, to develop a nuclear thermal propulsion engine and launch it to space as soon as 2027. NASA officials view nuclear thermal propulsion as crucial for sending humans beyond the Moon and deeper into space. A trip to Mars from Earth using the technology could take roughly 4 months instead of some 9 months with a conventional, chemically powered engine. That would substantially reduce the time astronauts would be exposed to deep space radiation and would also require fewer supplies, such as food and other cargo, during a trip to Mars. If you like this video, you may also be interested in this one, which talks about SpaceX's first launch of the Falcon Heavy of 2023. Do you think nuclear propulsion is the future of space travel? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below.